Howdy, howdy, howdy. I think I forgot how to live stream. It's been that long. I have been gone for so long. Hello, the one person who's watching. How are you? I'll be surprised if people pop on. They probably forgot I exist. I've been gone so much. I haven't even been in chats much. Man, working is hard. It's hard. Especially when you haven't done it in 15 years. So, anyway, hi, Scooter Mom. I'm glad you're here. Whew, this job's about to kill me. But the money's nice. I got my first paycheck Monday, I think. But you'll never guess where it got to go because I didn't get to see it. So, yeah, but it went to Tom's truck. So, literally the day I picked up my truck last Monday, we dropped his truck off at the mechanic and it got a new rear end for $2,000. I'm like, of course. Yes, I know. Of course. I'm just like, it's still cheaper than buying another car, but then now he's got to take it back. So he calls me last night. He's like, it's making noises. And they used the used part. So it's got a 90-day warranty. So he has to drop it back off on Monday, which means we've been getting him a rental car on the weekends because I go in at 6. He doesn't go in until 10 in Waco. So it's not like he can come home. Well, he said we're not getting another rental car. He's just going to drop me off and take a nap till work. I'm like, that'll be fun. What was fun is when I worked during the week, though, 12 hours is only the weekend. So I worked 10 to 6 those days, and so we got the carpool. That was cool. It was fun. We got to go. We got to get ready for work together and pack our lunch and carpool to work. What was funny is my last job, we both pretty much kind of worked close to each other. I worked at the police station on post, and his unit was only a couple blocks away. So he was over there all the time. We had lunch together all the time and stuff. That was fun. Hey, Buttercup. I answered a couple of your emails. Scooter Mom, I only got to answer my emails literally a few minutes before I went on. I didn't get over to what we talk on Telegram yet. I haven't even had time to do that. Literally, I'm either sleeping or I'm doing something. What are you doing, dog? The dog's acting weird. She's freaked out because she can't get on the couch. So I told her to go lay in the chair, and it broke her brain. She's like, no, I lay over here on the couch, not the chair. Okay, good. They were short answers. I'll give you longer answers later. Oh, did I miss Eric? Oh, hey, Eric. How are you? Man, I've been MIA, man. I haven't had time to do anything. Because then when I am off, so I told you, I keep hitting the table, sorry. I told you my living room was already a wreck because just stuff that we need to put away and get organized. Well, you don't realize how much stuff you can put into a 33-foot camper over 5 years. We had to get it all out so they could come get it. And it's in totes all over the living room. Just all over the place. I have no idea what to do with it. Yeah. So I got 2 sleeping right here. They're good. But my big one, we have blankets on the couch because the couch looks like this. We keep blankets on it. Well, Tom fashioned me this thing with a couple totes and a baby gate so that I could lay flat to dry a sweater that I bought. I got a couple sweaters at Goodwill recently and did not look at the tag. Had I known it was lay flat to dryer and the other one is hand wash, I wouldn't have got them. They're cute. So I had to wash them and lay them out. So her spot is taken in it. It broke her brain. She's my big dog. She's a boxer pity mix. And the chair is completely open. She can lay in the chair. She's done it before. She won't do it. Daisy, go lay in the chair. Go lay in the... No, that's not the right way. She's not listening to me. Right. I got this one. This is my mutt. She's a mix of a bunch of stuff. And kiss. Okay, now lay down. Lay down. She has to be attached to me, no matter where I go. And me working, and Tom and I are gone the same nights. So from the time he leaves until the time he comes back is 10 hours. They're not used to being alone. They're spoiled. I know, Buttercup, they are. These dogs are spoiled. They don't spend any time outside. They are inside. They go out, they go, and they come right back. And if we close the door, they are barking at the door. Yes, and she does not understand she's 60 pounds. She will come up and just lay on you like she's a puppy. She has no idea how big she is. And she's pacing back and forth. She could go lay on the bed too. Honey, go lay in the chair. Come on, go. Go to bed. Go lay down. Go on. Go lay down. Get in the chair. Go lay down. Do it. She's looking at it. Go lay in the chair. Lay down. Go to bed then. Go to bed. She's going to go and lay on the bed. I say, nope. She's so confused. So confused. I wish I didn't known she was going to freak out. I would have moved that stuff. But I'm not getting up. She'll figure it out. Oh my goodness. At least they're not fighting tonight. Usually as soon as I start talking, we have the WWF, the World Wrestling Fur Babies. I don't know what it is. They never do it unless I'm talking online. Like toddlers. You know how toddlers are? As soon as you're on the phone, they start acting up. They do it too. So I've been MIA for a while. I haven't got to watch too much stuff. So let me know anything I've been missing lately. Yeah. She's definitely a man's dog. She does not listen to me. I have to be kind of firm, mean when I want her to do something before she'll listen. If I'm nice, like right now, if I told her to go lay down really mean, she'd probably do it. Because she is Tom's dog. And then my son comes over and she loves on him too. So we got, when you get dogs from a rescue, you don't know what their background is. And really, we got her for him because his dog had passed away and he prefers big dogs. So I fostered her and she was a foster fail. So, although I think I should have fostered her longer. She is stubborn. And I looked up boxers, and all the things I don't like about her are the boxer traits. Yes, they're stubborn, and she likes to paw. She doesn't understand how strong she is. She scratches me all the time. Not on purpose. She just doesn't know. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, good. Good to know. See, I didn't know that. Where's that listed at? There's another one I forgot to go check out. Oh, I can't remember who that was. But I just got paid, so. Thanks, Lori. How are you? I really miss you guys, man. I work by myself, and I'm used to jobs that I'm going. My brain is active. I'm doing something all the time. I like to be busy. Okay, I'll check over there too. Okay, Eric. See you later. But what was I saying? This one doesn't take a lot of brain power, and it's about to kill my body. Lord have mercy. So when I feel bad and I feel run down, I force myself to go, and then I end up doing more stuff than I normally do. So the phone we carry measures our steps, like how many steps we take, and then it's normally 2,000 steps is a mile, which is average, but I'm short. So it said for my height, 2,433 steps is a mile. So I write all the hours down. Where's my notebook? Every hour, and then I add it up, and then I divide it. Well, Saturday night, I usually do about a little over 5 miles because I have to stay at the desk until they close. There's no more customers. And then Sunday, there's no customers, so I immediately start going. Oh, if it's under her name, PayPal. Okay. All right. Let's see. There we go. I can't remember stuff. So then Sunday night, I usually do a little over 6 miles. Well, I worked an extra day Monday, and I was feeling really, really like worn out. And so I pushed myself, and I thought I wasn't going to have that much on there. I added it up, and I did 7 miles. I'm like, oh, and I said I haven't never walked 6 miles in my life. I did once. Well, I probably did it more than once, but we had to do a 10-mile road march in basic training. I was 17. That was the last time I ever did anything like that. Luckily, I can sit down in between. It's not like constant, but. And then they only gave me a long sleeve shirt, and it was hot, because I have to go outside. But there's not much to complain about, though. I like it. I mean, it's not hard. You just have to. There's things we have to do, and you have to remember and check things off. But other than that, it's pretty easy. A couple of the other guys said they've seen ghosts. I'm like, I think I scare them off with my bad singing. I go upstairs in the echoing warehouse floors, and I just sing badly because I'm bored. Or I'll get up to a floor with my flashlight, and I go, anybody in here? I'm really glad the cameras can't hear me. Lori. That's funny. That's funny. Oh, I know. Oh my goodness. But yeah. So, yeah, I've clicked in a few times and said hi and stayed for a couple minutes, but I haven't really been able to. I did see the stuff that Aaron put out about that guy. Really? Really? Well, the building I'm in is 103 years old. And in Waco, there was a really bad tornado, like way, way back in the day, that swept through Waco, and only 3 buildings survived. And this was one of them because it's a completely brick, huge building. And so that, another building, 2 other buildings were the only ones that survived. So yeah, I just don't let that stuff get in my head, and I just do my thing and trying to. Well, for the first month, I didn't even know there was lights up there. It literally was pitch dark, nothing but my flashlight. Well, then I found out, because somebody left them on, that there are lights, but on this whole open floor, there's only 2, and they're like on one end. So you just get in one, the other end, it's still pretty dang dark. Oh, okay. No, no, nah, I don't know how I'd feel about that. But actually, my supervisor's the one, because he asked me when he trained me if I was sensitive to that sort of thing. I said, no, I've never seen anything. But Sometimes it gets a little creepy if I let it get in my head and I just start talking or singing. I'm like, as long as they don't look like a zombie, I'll probably just talk to them. Hey, what's up? I know, right? I know, right? Oh, they started something similar for us. They started these tags. So now we have to carry two phones. One that's just really a scanner. So there's certain tags on certain floors and outside that we have to scan. Right now it just started, so it's kind of in the um oh, what's the word I want? The powers that be aren't really looking at it yet. We're learning it. So there was a couple I was missing and I totally forgot about. And they're not too many. It's not too bad. But they make you scan it, they make you take a picture, and then you have to leave a comment like door functions properly or all clear or something for that area. And I'm like, do do we really have to do all of that? We can't just scan it. I just don't get it. We have to do all of that. And I get it because the first floor where all the machines are, we have to make the biggest thing down there is leaks from the machines. So we have to make sure everything's working properly. And they have found leaks. So it has happened. And then the only thing is we are on the same in the same area as the homeless shelter, which I haven't had any trouble really. But they have to walk by us. So we get a lot of foot traffic by there. Oh yeah, their scooter report. I'll probably listen to your whatever recent one you have on my way to work. I haven't had time to. I'm either asleep or work doing something. Like we spent a whole day cleaning out our camper, and it was a work night for Tom, and he actually called off because he was feeling kind of sick already, and so he's like, "There's no way I can make it to work." It wasn't one. Okay, I was gonna save it for my drive. I'm sure there's one that I need to catch up on. I'll find it. Um, but that's what I do. I like listening to. Okay, I did catch half of one. I need to finish. I need to watch the first half of that. Um, I haven't even listened to Natalie's much. The only thing I watched was the stuff about that guy in Scientology. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And oh, so I had to call the police today. So my grandson's birthday party was today. My son did it on Friday on purpose so Tom and I could make it because Saturday and Sunday are just not going to happen. Yep. Lurkers and trolls are welcome. You can hang out with us. So we're at Chuck E. Cheese for his birthday party. And Tom comes out and says, "There's pedophiles here." I was like, "What?" Oh, I should have said PDF files, right? PDF files. Sorry. I was like, "What?" I can't even say what he found. He found an adult device behind the toilet in the men's one of the stalls that he was in. And we called the police and said, "Look, y'all need to show up." But they didn't. So we waited about a half an hour and then we had to go. And the officer called me while I was in the car. I know. And he said, "Look, if you didn't see anything inappropriate, you don't even know he's still there, then we're not going to come by." And I'm like, "Yeah, I just wanted you guys to show up and do a walk around. Maybe he would leave." They're everywhere. Matter of fact, I was trying to school his girlfriend. I said, this is why I protest, because of the child abuse and all this stuff going on. I said, you can't leave your kids alone anywhere. I mean, that is not the place you should find something like that. So, and Tom was pissed. And when we thought about it after he left, he has a badge. I'm gonna get one too. I'm supposed to get one that looks like a cop badge. And if we'd have thought about it while we were there, he would have went out and got it and just put it on. It's on a lanyard because he can't carry it any other way. And had just done a walk around. Oh, thank you. I almost didn't put makeup on. I haven't been wearing makeup at work because I see one person usually, the person I'm relieving. I'm like, I just don't have the time. I'm too tired to put it on. So, but thank you. Yeah, I've been doing bangs again after like 10 years of no bangs. People are evil. And the problem, we talked about it quite a bit when the kids were playing, because Chris was with them. We only had 2 kids with us. It was just Chris, my grandson, his girlfriend, and her son, and us, and that was it. But he had a really good time. But I'm like, you can't trust your kids anywhere. I just saw something on, hey, David. I just saw on YouTube. I only watched like a couple minutes of it, but you know those biker gangs that are bikers against child abuse, BACA, and they will go to like what's this thing I want? Courtrooms where a child has to testify against their abuser or something like that, and they'll go and sit there to let that child know that they're safe. Now, luckily, they have a rule in the club that nobody's allowed alone with a kid. It's 2 people. One of the higher ups of that group just got caught with stuff on his computer. Can't trust nobody. Yeah. Yeah, I was, but I did. So one night I do see the public for about 3 hours, and I put lipstick on. That was it. I know. So you can't trust anybody, anybody, anybody. If it's anything to do with kids, just don't fucking freaking trust anybody. Just don't trust anybody. That's just the way I feel. I just can't trust anybody. They're everywhere. They're freaking everywhere. And the internet just makes it easier for them. And then I even said, them allowing 2 people with kids, can't trust that either because they find each other. I don't want to dwell on that too much, but I'm just like, the cop didn't want to come, and I get that. If I was a cop and on my beat there was a place like Chuck E. Cheese and it was open during my shift, I would just make it a point to show up every once in a while. I would probably do it every day. I'd probably show up every day, do a walk around, scare them all off, and go and then leave. Because that's what we wanted. And there's no telling that you think you're going to find a dude by himself looking creepy. No, he was probably with his family or some stupid shit. Yeah, random times too. Exactly. But I told the staff, but like I said, he called us in the car as we were leaving. And I'm just like, well, I just wanted you guys to show up and walk around. But he's like, we can't do it. I'm like, yeah, but you got time. I'm sorry. I just, our town's not that bad so that they don't have the time. I'm sorry. They got time to sit at a curb and get people for speeding. Just saying. It's just, and then after the stuff that, I'm glad they found an avenue in Scientology to go after them as mandatory reporters. Well, I follow this guy, JD Delay. If you haven't followed him, I don't watch his long streams, I just watch his shorts. And he's been in prison. He was a drug dealer. He's open about all that. But yeah, I know. Can't trust that either. Can't trust that either. A lot of times they're just plain abusers all around. They abuse their wives and stuff. I know. Like I said, you can't trust nobody. Um, but and he talks about what happens to them in prison. And there was one guy. Yeah, well, he just does little shorts where like he'll bring up something, but he has a thing called the wood chipper. He's like, they need to go in the wood chipper. Yeah, I like. He's a little intense sometimes, but one of the stories he had recently was there was one of those in prison. I guess I don't remember the backstory, but they gave him a choice between one thing or getting tattooed on the forehead, and they tattooed what he was on his forehead. He chose that over what the other thing they were going to do to him. I don't remember what it was, but they don't get any peace in prison, because if you hurt a child, a woman, or dog or pet, you're done for a lot of people in prison. He said not all the gangs care about that kind of stuff, but most do. And we heard other people that have been in prison about your paperwork, and it's in your paperwork. So everybody knows what you're in there for when you get there. Like we all heard about the Danny Masterson stuff. Yep, Lori, I totally agree. And the other reason my husband was upset, he's a little more open about it now. So he lets me talk about it a little bit. But he lived in a one traffic light town where everybody knew everybody else. In the 70s, and on his way to school, he got attacked by a stranger. He could see his school. And he just told me tonight, I mean, all he had said before was, yeah, I remember the guy was watching me beforehand, like the day before. And that's all he said. He doesn't always give a lot of it. So today I mentioned it, and I said, you said he was watching. He goes, no, he actually offered me money the day before, trying to get his attention. And this is what I always say, because people think they live in safe neighborhoods. I'm like, criminals travel. Criminals travel. You can't be safe anywhere. Maybe on some. But like we were talking about on the way home, we're like, they're just wired different. And this stuff they're trying to do, trying to make it okay. I don't even want to talk about that anymore. But this is why my husband gets so upset. And I always knew if anybody, I mean, I'm sure it could maybe some of them that really want to change. But I think for the majority, exactly. Yep. A lot of them do though. I watched the first 48, the whole, every show. When I was binge watching and I was in bedridden, I watched a lot of it. And that, I learned a lot from that. I learned people will shoot somebody for a bag of weed. People say weed isn't addictive and it doesn't cause problems. Yes, it does. I've seen people, want to rob the weed dealer and shoot him. I've seen them shoot somebody over a little bag of weed because they didn't have the money for it in their neighborhood, somebody they knew. But then you have the ones that travel too. So you have both. So Tom said he had to come to terms with it. He said the Lord will take care of him more than he could probably do to him. Hey, Dusty. Thank you. I've been MIA a lot. Really, if you saw me in chat, it's rare. Because it takes me, yeah, Buttercup, it is. They say it's not addictive, maybe not physically, but back in the 80s, the one time I was around it, I was with this group of people, kind of people I wouldn't normally hang out with. And I watched them backstab each other over weed. And I'm like, that's when I knew I didn't want anything to do with it. Any of it. I was like, I've lurked a couple times too, because I knew I wouldn't be there long. Matter of fact, I think I did. Was it tonight? Yeah, I did. I did lurk for a few minutes tonight, but I couldn't stay long. What happened in chat? Yeah. Even though I'm not working that many hours, I have to recover. And I'm sleeping a lot. Wow. Wish I was there. I wasn't there when that was going on. I wasn't in there very long. It was just a few minutes. Gave you a like. But, hey, girl. How are you? Okay. Troll's gonna troll. What are you gonna do? I don't let them get me upset because that's what they want. I'm like, I really don't care. Unless they're being disgusting, but then they get blocked. Yeah, that's somebody with nothing better to do. Or somebody that's very an angry person. I've never understood going out of my way to give anybody a hard time. What's the point? I'll check it out. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. Ugh, I didn't get very much sleep today because I had to get up earlier than usual to go to my son's birthday party. Because my son had it on Friday because I told him Saturday and Sunday is just not possible. Matter of fact, I missed the reading last Sunday. Totally forgot about it. Totally forgot. Didn't realize what day it was. Didn't realize I slept till 3:30. So I'm gonna have to pick a different day for the reading. Sunday is super hard because I don't get home until after 7. I had to wash my uniform and get it in the dryer. So I didn't get to sleep till like 9ish, and I had to be up at 3:30, so I barely got 6 hours. If I'd had to get up and get ready for the reading, I would have got like 4, maybe 5 hours. So I'm going to have to switch the reading day. Yeah, whatever they said, we know it's bullcrap. It's just stuff people make up. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I know. Most people, I think, watch that on the replay anyway. If at all. But, so, I'll probably have to pick a weekday to do it. I hope they hire somebody soon. They're like, well, we just wanted to get you hours. And I told my boss that works over in Tom's office, and then the contract boss, I told them both. I said, first of all, I wasn't even looking for a job. Second of all, I'm good with 2 days. If somebody else wants the hours and it won't put them in overtime, they can have the hours. I don't care. I don't need them. I don't need extra days. I wish they'd split it up. It was either Thursday, Friday, then my Saturday and Sunday, or it was Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Gosh. If there was a day in between where I could like recover and then go to work, it probably wouldn't be so hard. It is. It is. It is. Yeah, and I noticed my husband, he needs more sleep than when he worked days. Like 8 hours is enough for him. He's got to sleep like 10. Yes. Oh my gosh. So we carpooled Monday night, and hey, Mark. I try to do it first thing too, so I don't forget. It's like automatic with me. I forget what I was saying. Oh, Lord have mercy. I got out of the car and I couldn't even stand up straight. It My whole lower body was just, oh my gosh. I felt like it was going to fall off. That wasn't even my chronic pain. That was all the new pain. The knees and the hips and the feet. So I need to start going to the gym in between because I'm working the days and then I have this few days off and I'm pretty much in bed if I'm not doing something. Oh, hold on. Let me go find that. Let me find it. Orders. Because it's been working really great. I don't always put it on like when I first get there, and then I regret not doing that. I had to get a belt. I had to get a new bag. Oh. My daughter's been ordering stuff on here. I might have to search. Holy crap, what's she been ordering? Let me try searching it. There it is. It was $34.99, which was nice. There's supposed to be a way I can share this. I've done it before. How do I do it? I've done this before. How do you do it? Hey, Sale Bill, how are you? I was saying I've been MIA. I might have missed some stuff that's going on. Catch me up. How did I share this before? Because I've done it. I swear it was a share this tab. I'll figure it out. Look for the box with the arrow in it. Finding lots of arrows. I did this with all my stuff. I know how to do it. I'm just not figuring it out right now. Oh, up here. I'm looking in the Amazon stuff. And now I remember it was up higher than that. Duh. Okay, let me try this again. There we go. All right. I was trying to do it in the Amazon thing, not in the internet thing. There we go. I don't know why I was thinking that. But yes, it works. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I don't wear it under my clothes. I did that one day because then I realized I have to take it off when I have to drive the car and go to the bathroom. So now I just put it on the out because I wear a vest, a security vest too. So I wear it over my clothes. And if I'm going to, and then I take it off when I need to. And it's hidden by my vest. So no big deal. Because, oh my gosh, it was a pain in the butt trying to have it under my clothes. Not doing that again. Not to mention, my pants didn't want to snap. So, but yeah, for $35, works pretty good. I saw the copper fit one on TV the other day, and they want like $70 for 70 or maybe 8. And I'm like, this one works great. It's $35. I wish I would have bought it years ago because they gave me one from the doctor, but you pump air into it to make it tight. So I'm wearing a tire around, and you can't bend over because it'll pop. The Velcro will pop out. Yeah, I know. So this one, what I like is so you close it, right? And you get that right. But then you have 2 other pieces that makes it tighter. So, yeah. So you can adjust, you can get it on, and then you can adjust how tight you want it after that. So it works really well. It really does. And I'm able to sit in it a little. And but I do take it out. I have to take one round at night to another building in a car, and I just take it off for that, sitting in a car. I worried about that, girl. I did worry about that. But I don't wear it compared to the amount of time I don't wear it, like on normal days. So I think I think if you wore it like every single day, yeah, I think it could. Honestly, I don't think I could have done this job if I hadn't been doing the protesting. The protesting all this last year strengthened my back muscles. So my back muscles are pretty strong. It's just the gravity on my discs. It gets a little, and really the biggest problem I'm having though is my knees and my hips. I see. I see. Yeah, I don't think I would wear it all the time, but I'm there for 12 hours. And I don't wear it sometimes for the first couple hours. I don't put it on until it starts to really the pain starts bleeding over my implant. I never got because my discs are still injured. I never got anything done with those. It's the pain is just blocked. And it only blocks so much. So when it starts to get too much, then I put it on. Sounds nice. I would say save it for if you're going to be on your feet a long time. You're going to be walking maybe for just like, let's say you're going to the zoo with somebody and for a couple hours, maybe save it for those times because I don't wear it at home. I only wear it when I'm there. And I do take it off sometimes here and there. I think if I had to wear it like 5 days a week, I think it would weaken my muscles. So, and I don't want to do what you had done. I want to try to avoid that as long as possible. Scientology finally helped someone. What? They want 80 for it in Canada. Holy crap. The prices for you. Holy moly. Yeah, I know. Who? Yeah. Oh, I did. My left hip, if I would turn too fast, it would really mess up. Some of it is I realized I take glucosamine and I've been out for like 3 weeks. And I kept forgetting to order it. Well, I finally ordered it. I'm taking it again, but it says it can take up to 2 weeks to start working again. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. I've had one of the hips have hurt off and on for a while, but honestly, my knees and hips really do just feel like I need to lose weight. Oh, and I think I have. Something is fitting a little looser than it used to. I did get weighed the week I started this job at the doctor. So I go to the doctor again on the 22nd. I'm curious to see. What I really wanted to do is measure everything, because sometimes you lose inches and not weight because muscle weighs more than fat. So it's hard you can't really go by weight loss sometimes when you're doing exercise. Because there was one time I was trying to go back in the Army and I was working out 6 days a week. And I only got down to 173. But I was a size 12. I had gotten solid. I dropped 6 sizes. I gone from a size 20, no, size 18 to a size 12 in 8 months. So I passed what they call the tape test, where they tape you when you're overweight. And if your body fat percentage is low enough, you can still go in. And so I had passed all that, was ready to go in. Kind of glad I didn't. The drill sergeant, not drill sergeant, the recruiter, what the thing is, recruiters don't make points on prior service, bringing somebody back in. So he was spending all his time with my sister, who was new, and ignoring me and screwing up all my stuff. But you know what? I always tell you guys things happen for a reason. I'm really glad I didn't go back in. Our kids were still really young. We would have both been active duty. It would have just been really stressful. So I'm glad I didn't do it. We would have had to ship our kids off if we both got deployed. And I'm just really glad that didn't work out. So, like I said, things happen for a reason. So, even though I was frustrated at the time, I'm glad. Oh. I know, right? It did. It's my legs don't hurt. So, this whole time at this job, my leg muscles don't hurt. My feet muscles don't hurt. It's just the joints, because I was standing still at the protesting. So all my lower back got stronger, my legs got stronger, but they're not used to moving. So the hip joints and the knee joints are kind of sore. Yeah. But the muscles themselves have not been sore. So, and the back, it's mainly like when I'm doing the job, I'm moving. It's not till I get home and I have a little downtime that I start to stiffen up. Things start to get stiff. Hey, Aaron, how are you? It's good to see you guys. I miss talking to you guys. I still only have, now I have only myself to talk to at work. I do. I'm like, so the two bar guys that I see on Saturdays, they're like, so have you seen a ghost yet? I said, no, I probably scared them off. I said, if any employees say that they've heard, if they're here at a weird time and they hear bad singing, it's probably me. It's not a ghost. Because I do weird stuff when I'm by myself. I'm like do de do de do de do de do, stuff like that. Hey Queen, haven't seen you in a while. How you been? Of course, I haven't been on here very much either. Uh, okay, I'm honest. I don't understand emoji talk. I don't know what that is, Aaron. At heart, Canada heart. Oh no, no! My husband gets shingles. You know what I got him for his shingles? But he's horrible at taking pills. I just saw it sitting here too. Maybe it's in the bedroom. Lysine. I did some research and I found that lysine is good for the nerves. It's kind of expensive, but you get a big jug of it. Let me see what I found out about lysine. Lysine for shingles. Because I was trying to find something he could take to keep him. Okay, it's for nerve. Okay. There's essential amino acid for tissue growth and repair. I've been taking it. While there is no clinical support, of course, for using lysine to treat symptoms of shingles, lysine has been found to reduce stress and anxiety, which can lead to decreased immunity and can help regulate the inflammatory response. So even though my husband's not taking it, I am. So I don't know if it would help or not, but maybe it's something you could try. But yeah, you know what? My husband. Oh, I didn't even see you down there. There you are. Like, oh, hello.
Hi. Pardon me while I adjust the camera. And I apologize for the weird background stuff. I do not have one of those green screens, and I don't know.
No, I think it is fine. A lot of people do that. And I think it's pretty. I like purple. Purple's my favorite color.
Yeah, it's just the weird line around me.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, sending healing. Now I'm fostering 3. Oh my gosh. Oh, I've done that before.
Oh,
Queen. That's hard.
wow. Yeah,
Just
I've
like a
done that
baby.
too, Queen Suki. Yeah.
Well, good. Let us know how things go.
Well, I'm glad you're recovering from shingles. I was listening to that while I was getting in here. I have seen my daughters go through shingles.
Well,
thank you, God. I like it too. It's just that because I don't have a green screen, it kind of, it breaks up. See, there's the sketch on the wall behind me.
You just look like your AI.
Yeah.
But Tom, he got shingles once. It was very mild. He got the vaccine, and he swears it got worse. And
wow.
What's weird is there's never anything really visible. But he feels it. He gets it in his side a lot, and he says it feels like a cat scratched him all up. But you can't see anything.
One of my friends has had shingles 3 times, and she has nerve damage as a result of it now.
Wow. That he hasn't had it that bad, but dang.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're back too. Well, I've been MIA a lot too, so it's kind of getting back in the groove. I hope they hire. Well, then So the guy they could have used to fill in for the guy who quit, well, then they did a thing last week where we had to have an extra officer for certain hours. So the guy that could have taken the extra hours was working with me. So what it was is somebody high up got fired, and they weren't worried about him. They were worried about, because this was it was a small company with a small close-knit group that created it. Then a big company bought them out, and they're like worldwide, and they're bringing in all these rules and these procedures and all this stuff, and people are getting fed up.
Mm-hmm.
And so this guy they weren't worried about him. They were worried about other employees possibly retaliating. And I'm like, I didn't see it, to be honest. Nobody's going to screw up their job for somebody else. So, but they wanted an extra officer for a few days. So that's over. So, but that's what happens. Yes, dear. I told you could lay in the chair. She won't
finally there.
Any other time, she would lay in that chair. She wouldn't care. I don't know why she won't lay in it.
Because now she can't have a choice. That's the problem.
Go lay in the chair, honey. Go on. Go lay down. She wants on the couch. I didn't move my contraption for the... I know your spot is taken. You can go lay on the bed. You can. She's been laying over there on the rug. The rug's clean. I just washed it. You can lay there. Go on. Go lay down. Go on. You can't come up here. No. You're not tiny. Go away. You don't weigh 10 pounds like the other ones do. Oh my gosh, she's so funny looking. You're funny.
She's part cat, obviously. She's part cat, and you have inconvenienced her.
I know. Oh, she is.
And you must suffer the consequences. Hey, Doug.
There's Doug. What's up, Doug? Oh. What's been going on? Anything else going on in the world that I missed? We had another school bang in Texas. A couple days ago, I guess, in Dallas. I was like, it's like so common now. You're just like, okay. That's how I'm just like.
You're talking about the university, right?
No, that was Florida. The one in Dallas. Nobody's. Yeah. What's funny is nobody. That one I heard about. The one in Texas isn't really being talked about as much. It was in Dallas at a high school, and
oh, jeez.
Yeah, nobody's actually unalive. They're just injured. Thank goodness. But
yeah.
It is. It totally is. And I even feel bad about that. I'm just like, really? Another one?
Yeah.
I know. I worry about my grandkids in California, especially. It is. Mm. You know, I saw, the whole time I was in school, I saw one fight. And it was two girls. One fight in 4 years. And it just wasn't, I didn't grow up around that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Same here.
We have, even in our small area, we have 4 high schools because of the base. 4 high schools within 15 miles of each other. But there's one, we don't know, I don't even understand why, but there's one that is a complete problem child. Cops are there all the time. Violent stuff always going down. Other schools, kind of okay. I have no idea why. It's not like we have we're a big city where you have really bad neighborhoods and really good. It's kind of all not, I don't know. Because they're all base kids mostly. So I don't understand. I don't know why that one school has issues. They need to figure it out. So it's been a few years. Daisy, you can't come up here. You got eye
But
boogers.
Mom,
She wants
I
to.
want to.
She's got her head on my knee.
Oh,
You're cute. You're cute, but you can't.
look at these
There's no
puppy
room.
eyes.
Oh, you're a good girl. You're a good girl. She was sick yesterday. We were worried about her. She must have got into something in the yard. Her tummy was upset. She wouldn't eat. From yesterday and the day before, she wouldn't eat. She didn't want her snack. We knew something was wrong. And I said if she was still sick today, we were taking her to the vet. She woke up today. She was fine. So she probably got into something in the yard, like a unalive bird or something. Hey, go over there and lay down. Go. Go lay down. On the chair. Go now. Go. On the chair. Go lay down. Go. Thought that would work, being firm. She just ignored me. Go ahead.
Doug, I feel like you were yelling at me.
What? Oh, I know how you feel. I know how you feel.
Doug, back away from the gummies.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that could maybe freak somebody out, I guess. Woo. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to have to be mean. Go to bed.
Hi, Eric.
Go to bed. Is Eric here? Hey, Eric. I was just saying I've been kind of MIA for a couple weeks, so trying to get caught up with everybody. How you been? Oh, I know. Me too. Me too. I probably would too, because I hear it's hard to manage those. I think my son was talking about it, or somebody else was talking about it, where they took way too much the first time. Like, you can't figure out how much you're supposed to take. I wish it was legal in Texas, because I hear it works well for fibro.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't smoke it. My lungs would freak out. I tried it when I was 19 and I coughed so hard they laughed at me. And I said, you can laugh all you want. My lungs are still healthy. That's why I'm coughing. So, and all it did is give me a headache and make me bitchy. So I was like, I don't need this. I can do that on my own.
When I tried it in high school, all it did was make me sleepy, and I was like, this is not a problem for me, so I don't need this.
Yeah, that's the kind of way. Yeah, that's kind of the way it was with me. But I come to my daughter, and one of her spouses years ago was explaining the different kinds. Like, in the 80s, there was no different kind. You got what you got.
Yeah.
We didn't know anything about
so
this,
many
that,
varieties, and they're so strong now, apparently.
Oh, I know. There's one that smells bad. I smell it every once in a while, and I'm like,
You mean like skunk?
they call it skunk weed, and I'm just like, ugh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I take that back. My dad was a weed smoker, but I didn't hang around him. He lived in New Orleans, and he came to visit one time in 94 or 95. I can't remember. And he got me to smoke some, and I did giggle a lot that night. He thought it was hilarious. No, I just thought it was. I wouldn't do it. He had to talk me into it because I'm like, I cannot smoke weed with my dad. I'm like, are you kidding? But we did. Yeah,
when it
yeah.
first became legal here, I would buy some, and I learned to make can of butter and can of wheat or can of oil because I won't smoke it either. So I would use a little bit of butter once a day, like on like a muffin or something, or I would use the oil on a salad, and I would take it that way.
Wow.
But
I've
it just
heard of
got
the
to be
butter.
so expensive here that I couldn't keep it up.
I can imagine. Yep.
Like I find it really stupid that our medications, when you're on disability, most of your medications are covered, but weed is not. But weed is legal and in various forms, and it's probably a lot safer for most of us than the medications that are prescribed, but it's not covered. It's stupid. Yeah, Lori.
Actually, my son and daughter both didn't have good reactions to weed either. So they've never really smoked it much. It was my daughter's spouse that was into it. And then the guy she lived in California with, it's legal there, so he was smoking it. But he coughed all the time, like his lungs were gonna come out. I'm like,
Suki, that's sad. I'm really sorry for you having to go through that.
yeah.
Hi.
Okay. The weed store. That just trips me out to no end.
Yeah.
Hey Tink. How are you? Oh,
Lori,
goodness.
that's 25 US.
Oh. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a big drinker either. So at work, because I work near liquor, so we have to have a clear bottle. I'm like, y'all cannot, you just don't know. You do not have to worry about me taking a nip. I can't stand liquor or wine. And even so, finally, I did a DNA test a couple years ago and found out why I didn't like wine or liquor. Because I'm like, I don't understand it. I don't like black coffee either. And I have the bitter gene. I can't deal with anything bitter like that. So, what?
Mhm.
So, but yeah, it must be 15%. See, I don't understand all that stuff. They were, like I said, my daughter and her spouse years ago were trying to explain all this stuff to me, and I'm just like, that's too much information. Oh my gosh. I can believe that. I totally believe that. Does beer count? I don't know. I can, with me, I can drink beer, but only certain ones.
Tink, that
Really?
is one a profile picture.
I know. I know. Your DNA said you were better in the cold. I could have paid for more like areas of testing, but I didn't. I was like, there was other things I could find out, you know. I probably will go back in and see if I can do it. My friend Dogfish made it. Okay. I can imagine what Dogfish's profile picture looks like. Yeah.
Right?
I never was either. Matter of fact, I went like 16 years without drinking.
I'm not a big drinker, but I do enjoy a Crown and Ginger,
Yeah.
and they go down really easily for me.
Oh my gosh. I can. Oh my goodness. That, that has to be a trippy picture. Um, I forgot what I was gonna say now. Oh, back when we were young, I would do 7 and 7, Seagram 7 and 7 Up. But I would have an iced tea glass of 7 Up and like not even quite a whole shot in it. It didn't even change the color. And I would have like maybe 3 of those and that was it. So I was such a lightweight. I still am. But like I can't even stand the smell of whiskey. If I smell it,
Really?
that makes me kind of ill. Okay, wait. I hate when I go to click and it jumps up. Yeah. Oh, okay. I never tried it with ginger ale. It was usually 7 Up. Ooh. Nah, I don't like vodka. Vodka's too much. I can't do it with the liquor.
Doug, you're supposed to close the vents on your computer before you go on a panel with people who are smoking weed.
Oh. Oh, that's how. Got it. I'll remember that. Yeah, no kidding. I probably would too. Oh my goodness. Swish their liquor. Oh,
Think
what's
like in
weird?
their mouth or in a glass.
I know some people are into that stuff for reals. Like it's
Like it's
mouthwash.
mouth.
Oh, they spit it
Okay.
out? Do they spit it out? Because
I mean,
we're not allowed to even wear what?
I was going to say, I guess they would do that with tasting so they don't get wasted. Oh, they swallow. Well,
Oh, so they just swish around to taste it. Yeah, I guess some connoisseurs do that. I guess.
I know they do that with wine tasting. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense that there are those who would do that with liquor too.
Well, what's cool at work is, or not cool. So I have to walk everywhere, and the blending room is this. It's like 2 rooms of these counters and tables of nothing but these little jars of liquor and spittoons. Me, I'm such a lightweight. Even if I spit it out all day, I would still get. And Tommy said, I wonder how they drive home if they would get in trouble. I'm like, I wonder if they probably quit, what, about an hour before they drive home, I would think. And we can't wear anything scented if we're going to be near the employees, which they told me that. And I'm like, but I'm not near the employees. I work at night because they have the centers, the people that work in that. So we have people filling in because we're still trying to get somebody new. And she put on some body lotion. And one of the people that work in that department walked in and said, "Ooh, that smells nice." And went in, and the boss was there, and he said, "That was code for she can smell you." And now she's
Mm,
not going to be able to do anything for an hour. I was like, "Really?" Nobody told me that when I started, but because she said, do you wear perfume?" I'm like, "No." I said, so I thought about it. I'm like, oh, I put scent crystals in my laundry, and I got my uniform out and put it on from the dryer. And I'm like, so I had to stop using the scent crystals in my laundry in case they walk. Because Monday mornings, people do start coming. I only see 1, maybe 2, though, at 5:30 in the morning. Not most people don't come in at that time. She might. Yeah, that is unique. That's funny. Yeah. If Papa Smurf was whiskey and I was a duck. Okay. Spoon shaped. That's weird. I've never heard that.
Hmm.
Miners would have the bartender pour the whiskey and then light it. I get that it catches on fire. Well, what was the point? Did they smell it? That is weird. But yeah, so the blender room has like hundreds of these little bottles of stuff. I guess they're blending. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I'm just like, weird room, and keep walking. But they don't have to worry about me at all. I want nothing to do with that stuff. But yeah. Well, you know what burns? Because I can't have any electronics in the facility. The phone that we carry has a special case. I had to order a special flashlight that is an anti-explosive flashlight because of the fumes and the grain dust in one of the rooms can catch on fire from a spark. I know, it's weird.
Ew, Doug.
Oh, wait, did I miss something?
No, his latest comment.
I'm not highlighting that. Ooh. Ooh. So you're talking about old things.
Ew.
Ooh. That is gross. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, I want to test it too. Yeah. Ooh. I know, I've heard bartenders will water stuff down, but that, ooh.
Yeah, but I would think it would be more management than the actual bartenders unless they were ordered to.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, Doug,
See,
I would too then.
for sure. For sure, for sure. My son got into scotch for some reason. No kidding. Me too. There would be problems.
Mhm.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. It's making my stomach hurt. Can we not talk about this anymore, please? I have a weak stomach when it comes to grossness. But I don't know if I've gotten used to the smell, but I realized this last weekend I wasn't smelling it anymore. I don't know if, because the elevator smelled like it's a service elevator. It smelled like they'd spilled it all over the place. But this last weekend I smelled nothing. So I meant to ask I'm going to ask somebody this weekend, does it smell better or am I getting used to it? And I really thought I'd have a problem with the smell, but it's not that bad. It's not a real heavy whiskey scent. You smell like whatever else it's made of. It's kind of not a bad smell, actually. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've heard of that. There's lots of reasons for that. That's something that goes on here during the holidays, like at New Year's and the July 4th. A lot of gunfire. I just don't understand it, but I'm like, those bullets have to come down somewhere.
Yeah. And people have been hurt, like blocks away.
I've heard that.
People shooting off weapons, yeah.
Yeah, so New Year's and the 4th of July, I'm always nervous.
Mhm.
But that's just what they do around here. I forget what I was going to say something. Don't
That's
remember
a,
now.
to get the cops to your neighborhood.
They were firing guns. I'm literally on the same block as the police station. So they could hear it. But the problem is trying to figure out where it was. It's pretty hard.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm.
Yeah. Where do you go to find the old saloons? I mean, are they still in operation in Virginia? I guess they would be in Virginia, but out west, a lot of them are abandoned and they do like tours and stuff, but that's trippy. But I want to take my son on the tour there because he was really into Scotch there for like a year. He was like all into it and learning about it and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, then you need to come do the tour. You would love it. I do the tour every day, so every hour, so I don't need it, but it might be fun. Oh, really? Of course, we all do that. Okay, got it. Makes sense. That'd be fun. I like history. I watch. Goodness. Oh, fogged up my glasses. So, Scooter Mom, I went to the eye doctor.
Yay!
Not yay.
Uh-oh.
So, we're out last week, and I'm like, all right, same day appointment places. And I found one, and I called them, and they said, we can get you an appointment in 25 minutes. I'm like, okay. So we went and ate. We come back. We go in. First of all, the place gave me a weird feeling. It was like this huge
Oh.
space, but the stuff didn't fill up the space. It was like, it felt very warehousey. So we go in, and they're like, I'm here for an eye appointment. Oh, that's in the back. So we go in the back area. Same feeling, weird. And they had these metal chairs, I swear, that looked like they were from like a subway station or something. I don't know. And it was like a row of metal chairs that hooked together. Anyway, so we're filling out the iPad they gave us. And I told her when I came in, so I'm asking questions. I don't know what Tom was doing. I don't know if he was parking or what, but he wasn't with me. And she said, well, I said, well, I need to talk to the doctor about the progressives and stuff. And she said, well, when you get in there, you'll see a virtual doctor. I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, and you can talk to them and you'll see they can move the machines and everything. First of all, I've already had 2 eye exams that went badly because of fog on the lenses and they got the wrong prescription. So I'm already not want to be careful about who does the test. So then I'm like, okay. So I sit down, I'm filling it out. Tom sits down, and I told her what insurance I had when I walked in. She didn't say anything. Tom sits down, he's filling it out, and I hear him say, well, we have blah, blah, blah insurance, the Army stuff. She goes, we don't take that. And I just handed her the iPad. Okay, we're done, and walked out.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said it was going to cost us for the eye exam. I'm like, I get free eye exams. No, thank you. And so it just, everything didn't feel right. And I was happy to leave. So I was like, oh, good. Fine.
So
we're done.
you don't have a regular eye doctor that you go to?
The last place we went that I got my not these, but my glasses from, we had issues.
Oh.
So I don't want to go back there.
Yeah.
So I was like, because our schedule is always so weird. I was just like, there was a couple other same day. I'm just going to make an appointment. I made an appointment a while back and we missed it because we forgot what day of the week it is. I'm always like that because of our weird schedule. So I'm just going to do that again now that I went through that. But no, the last place we went, we were in there with this guy after the eye exam now, just dealing with the glasses for more than 2 hours ordering our glasses. This guy, the
Wow.
place closed while we were there.
Oh,
People that got there after us were gone. Then he's like, oh, that's covered under your insurance. That's covered under your insurance. We got 4 pairs of glasses between the two. The insurance pays $300. You can get 2 pairs if you can do it for that amount of money. He didn't tell us when something wasn't covered. We walk up to the counter and they're like, $465. I'm like,
oh,
then I get my glasses back and something's wrong. So the eye doctor was next door, did the eye exam, went over to the other place where they sell the glasses. Most places are like that. What had happened is we were wearing a mask, and I remember this during the eye exam, we figured out that the lenses were getting fogged up from my mask, and but he didn't redo the first half of the exam. So one of my eyes wasn't right. So I had to get a new. So then I get the glasses. I get this pair. Was my backup pair. I used to wear, the other ones got damaged. So I'm like, well, when I first told them there was something wrong, they heated up the middle and they bent it in to see if that would help. Yeah, it didn't. So I kept telling this girl when we picked them up again, I said, well, I need these to get bent back out. And she's like, well, when they put the lenses in, it makes them come in. I said, no, you're not listening. They took the lenses out. They heated up the middle. I need them to get bent back out the way they were. So she stands there with these glasses, the ones before this, with the lenses in it, heats it up, tries to bend it back, broke them in half. And the whole time we're telling her, no, that's no. And she did it anyway. And then I just stood there like, told you. Didn't say it, but she knew.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back there. So yeah, we are trying to find a new doctor. So I had a bad eye exam. Then they broke my glasses. I'm like, I just don't. When I have bad luck, it just goes beyond bad. It's not a little bit. It's full on, just everything. They either go really well or really bad.
Yeah.
Doug. Oh, he probably popped in and out. He's probably gone. So what happened? Yeah, so anyway. Ugh. So luckily we had care credit at the time, so we were just, here's the card, just put it on there. But we want to not do that again. So
yeah,
we were trying to get into the Walmart does the same day, but 3 different times we've tried to go over there and the guys left early.
Oh
yeah, luckily, yes, there was a frame in the drawer. It wasn't, because these are modeled, so they look a little different depending on the pair. But these were my backup, so I didn't care. So I'm like, just get the other frames, and they popped the lenses in, and we were fine. But I'm like, she just didn't listen. I'm like, they took the lenses out to heat them up. Why? Because you don't want to mess up the lenses with the heat. But I swear. I had a long-term eye doctor for many, many, many years, and then he retired. That's the way it always works.
Yeah.
And for years, so then the eye doctor, so I didn't need glasses back then before fibro. I was 25, but my eye doctor gave me glasses anyway, so that we tinted them so that it relieved the eye strain of the computer all day. So he gave me, well, then he retired and I went to the eye doctor at the base PX. He's like, I'm not giving you glasses. Go get readers. So I dealt with readers for a few years until my eyesight went from 2025 to I'm blind overnight when I got it. Really, it was the fibro, because I went from not needing glasses to I can't see the wrinkles in my hand or read without needing glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is he modding? Okay. Um yeah, I mean the job itself is good. It's just very physically demanding. It's 12 hours of kind of constant walking. And I don't know if you've been on here since I got the job, but the phone we have to carry to prove we were doing our job uh, records our steps. That was before we had the tags. And when I added up my steps and I looked up a chart for my height, because the average
Yep.
person 2,000 steps is a mile, but for me it's 2433. So I figured out I was averaging 5 to 6 miles a night. So I went from not doing much to 5 or 6 miles a night. So it was a bit of a learning curve there for the body. But I mean, for the most part, it's a. I know that's what I said. I haven't done that kind of mileage since basic training. But I can just determine about the way I normally do. I push through mostly, and then once I'm done with the weekend, I recover for a couple days. But I need to go to the gym midweek because I'm working 2 or 3 days in a row. Then I'm laying in bed. Then I'm going back to work, and I have to start over again. So I need to get active during the week too, so to keep things moving. I got a back brace early, right before I started, which is great. It's working well. And to be honest, I mean, they said I have to do the rounds, not how fast. And I kid you not, by the 8th to 9th hour, I'm shuffling. I'm not, there's no pep in my step anymore. I'm pretty dang slow.
Yeah.
And I can choose, we have 4 floors that we have to do, an inner perimeter, and then we have to do the outer perimeter, which is the whole block. They own the whole block. Well, I can choose, like, some of them, they'll do all 4 floors at once. I don't. I'll go, depending on how I feel, I might do 2 floors and come and sit for 10 or 15 minutes because we have to watch the cameras too. That's important. And then I'll go do the other 2 floors and come back. Then later in the night, it's 1 floor. I'll go do 1 floor and I'll come back and sit down. And then I'll go do another floor and I'll come back and sit down. And usually if I realize like about 4 in the morning, I'm starting to zone on the cameras, it's time to go outside if it's chilly. I'm like, let's go do an outside perimeter. It's time to wake up. So, but I mean, it's easy and I like it. It pays well for what little I'm doing. I mean, all my other jobs have always been, I like being busy. I prefer being busy. Oh, God, don't get those. Don't. I bought the cheap ones and they were so warped. Now, I don't get expensive readers, and these are still a little warped. I get the ones at Walmart that are like $10, but they're better than the dollar store ones. But yeah, I mean, it's.
I used to buy the ones at Lori will know the store, Shoppers Drug Mart. It's a Canadian drugstore.
Yeah, I bought the dollar stores one time, and they were so warped that I spent the extra money and got the little bit better ones. But I can tell these are just a little bit, but not too bad. So, yeah. And I'm worried that these are, even though what it is they're this probably the same strength as my bifocals. The problem is, especially at work, is I would be like this on the computer all night long, and I would have a crick in my neck. So at work, when I'm at the computer, I take these off, put these on, get my Optimum card out. Yeah, I got to get those expensive ones at Walmart. Yeah, I don't really pay more than $10 for mine, but that's the only reason I'm wearing these is I don't have to use my bifocals like this. Yeah, trifocals is what I need. Yep, that's exactly what I need. Yep. Then I wouldn't have to switch back and forth. So when I finally get to the eye doctor, we're going to discuss that. So that don't have to do this. So, and then I'll get up like in the bedroom with these on, start walking through the house, and I can't see. I'm like, crap. Take them off. Me too. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Doug, me too. I've worn glasses since I was 8 years old.
Yeah. I just started.
I wore contacts for a couple of years, but they did not work well with my allergies.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. Because of the bifocals, because I went right into bifocals, uh, contacts weren't an option. Because the
Well,
problem
I
is,
wore distance glasses.
huh?
I wore distance glasses for like 30 something years.
Oh, wow.
And once I hit my 40s, I needed readers, but not enough that it was worth it for me to get bifocals at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I started using the readers from Shoppers Drug Mart.
Doug, I got years ago when I first started getting glasses, they had this special, like buy one, get one half off. And I got sunglasses. So I'd have that was before I needed the bifocals. And I still have them. So I'm hoping I can take the frame, save a little money, and maybe get new lenses for them once I get a new prescription.
These ones have I don't know what they call it now, but we used to call it transitions, where they change with the lighting.
I've been thinking about that too.
Yeah.
If they can do it. I think they couldn't do it with the bifocals, if I remember right. But
They
yeah,
should have been able to.
yeah. So I just have to go right now in Texas. I have to go without sunglasses, and I hate light. I am like a vampire. I hate light. I love overcast days. Oh, okay. Yeah. We didn't even know we had vision for a long time. And then we were like, oh, we have it? Okay. So luckily we have a little. But that's the only good thing about retiring from the Army is our premiums are really low. So we just kept the insurance we use in the military. So when you retire, he could go to the VA and probably get other things, but he still hasn't done it yet because we have the good insurance, and the VA is a decent drive away from here. He never bothered to even get his VA card, and he's been retired for 15 years. Yep, me too. Me too. And then if I'm gone and I come home in the daytime, every light in this house is on. But yes, we talked about that early on. Now I'm talking about you turning every light in the house on. You know that song, that country song? I'll come in singing every light in the house is on, that song. That man cannot see. He likes spotlights. And then I finally found out, I was reading through, remember when we were reading through the symptoms? And I found out new symptoms, and problems with too much light is one of them. And I'm like, makes sense to me. Yep.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah, Tom, she told us. Yeah, I did. I was like, and then I wish we would have thought about it. Like I said, he has a badge that looks like a real badge. And I said, we should have had him put that on and just walk around for a minute and watch them all run like rats from a sinking ship. I say I'm a cat. I can see in the dark. So, anything going on tonight, dear? He has to deal with more stuff than I do because he travels around town. So, he has very interesting interactions sometimes. Yeah. I can literally get up in a completely dark room and know which slipper goes on the left and right foot in the
Wow.
dark. Oh, I can hear that when I'm on the roof. There's a bar in between us. Now I can't hear it when I'm inside because I'm in a thick brick building. But I have to go on the roof and check things, and I can hear when they're pumping. They have big names over there sometimes, but yeah, don't they park? Is it close enough for you for them to use your parking? Oh yeah, that's what he has problems
Gee.
with. Yeah, yeah, they don't realize we have cameras everywhere. My my first night, I had to chase somebody off. They thought they was in a corner where I wouldn't see them. I'm like, there's a camera right there. All you do is look. That's all you do is look. There's a camera right there. Right now they're down, but they don't know that. So him and anybody else working at night has been helping us out by driving by our alley and shining their lights down it for us because that's our only blind spot is coming the rest of the block. There's nowhere anybody can hide, but somebody can be back in that alley and I won't know it because our cameras are down over there. Yes, I know.
He is better than what else could come out.
Oh,
Just say.
I've heard that they do that. I can tell they do that in our alley. I can smell it.
Ugh.
It smells like a dang litter box. And when the wind's coming the wrong way,
Ooh.
I hate going over there because I have to go by the alley inside the perimeter along the fence, and I have to go check it. So I have to check it several times a night. Oh, the smell. But other than that, I mean, like I said,
I think we know of someone in LA who could probably give them tips on buckets.
maybe if we stuck a bucket out there, we wouldn't have to deal with it. Yeah, he's like, and he had to deal with that when he was in Austin too. And so it was a hotel parking lot. And I don't know why, but they would just come back from the bar and have to go. And Tom would just shine his flashlight out there at him. He loves messing with people. But I have to go tinkle. I will be right back.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourselves. Entertain yourselves. I'll be right back.
Ew, Doug. I could do without knowing that. Hi, Eric.
Yeah, I didn't want to know that either. Hi, Eric. I'll be right back. Oh, get out of here. Kills me. Oh, I don't need these. Oh, gosh. What are you doing, dog? Oh, what are you doing? Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on.
Sorry, folks, I'm not terribly entertaining tonight. I'm very tired. You got your bucket ready, Doug? Hi, Antics. Yes, dead air. Miss Kim just had to go take a what do they call it in England? I don't remember. Something break. And I'm tired and not terribly entertaining tonight. Yeah, Doug. Yeah, I haven't had this experience yet, but I can just imagine when I go into a store that is selling buckets, it'll be one of these. Yeah. I would rather use a bucket for cleaning things. Hi, Sunrise. Who's set? Kim's set?
We're talking about buckets while I was gone.
Yeah.
Oh, camping, I've had to do some weird things, but that was camping. Oh,
Yeah.
Mama's here.
I have never used a bucket for that. I'll just say that. I have used buckets for cleaning, for catching,
No, I never used the bucket.
but yeah, those are the only reasons I have used
Right
buckets.
from me.
That's okay, Sunrise.
Oh, you go. I know how that is.
Sleep well.
Tom.
Yeah, I was saying I'm
Hello.
not terribly entertaining tonight. I'm tired.
Me too. A little bit.
Mhm.
But I won't be on here like I normally am. I had to, like I said, I had to get up earlier than I planned for my grandson's birthday party.
Yeah.
Tom, are you still there? I'm not sure what he's doing.
He was just here. He was laughing at our bucket talk.
Yeah, he knows about that. He thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm shocked I'm even up. Oh, I told Scooter Mom that I finally made it to the eye doctor, and she was like, yay. And I was like, no, not yay. Wasn't that the creepiest office, not eye doctor, creepiest office I've ever been in? It was like, it was temporary. It was like there's equipment, didn't fit the space. Everything was just kind of sitting there. It was weird.
It
It was
really
very
does
weird.
sound like one of those places that can shut down at a moment's notice.
It did. It totally did. No.
You
No.
guys have some weird
Hello.
things in the States.
We do. I know we do. Yeah, very strange. I know. It was so when they said, "Oh, it's going to cost blah 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 blah," I'm like, "No, it doesn't." "Oh, we don't take this
Mm,
insurance." I'm like, "Okay, bye." I was
yeah.
happy to go. I
You
think I'm
just
just
need
gonna,
an extra excuse. Hiya, Fila.
yeah. Hi, Fila. Ooh, those sound good. I like oatmeal cookies.
Mm,
I don't do the sugar
so,
free anymore. I did for a long time.
do I need to send you my mailing address so you can ship some of those to me?
Hey, Cher. What's up? Oh, by the way, Daisy followed me into the bedroom, and I got her to lay on the bed, and I closed the door on her because she could not figure out where she wanted to lay down in here. So I'm like, you just stay in here.
Poor Daisy.
I know, because the littles are up here, and she's all jealous. Well, they're not up here anymore. They're over there with their snacks.
You're being sizist, Kim. You're being sizist.
I know. I'm terrible. I'm so bad to her. Do you know, literally every 15 minutes, I'm covering her up. Because I don't know how she does it without barely moving. But she's a pity and has, like, she might as well be naked. She has almost, their hair is so short. And our fan is going, the AC is going, she gets cold. I can tell because she's all, I cover her up all day long. Every time I move, I'm covering her up. So I take care of her. Tom's like, she'll be fine. She's a dog. I'm like, she's cold. Or he'll put him out, and I'll be like, it's only 55 degrees. That's too cold for them. He goes, they're dogs. They're fine. I'm like, Daisy is naked. Would you go out there naked? She doesn't have fur like the other two.
Yeah, the virtual doctor is like, wow.
That was weird. I wasn't having that.
Mm-mm.
That was weird. It really did. You know what? Let me see. I want to see something. And I search way too much stuff. I was trying to find it and search. I don't clear my search. If I ever got arrested, everything I've ever searched is still there. And I do research some weird stuff sometimes. I'm like, I hear something, I'm like, what? So I check it out. I'm trying to remember the place it was called. I want to see if they're a chain or something. Because it was someplace I'd never heard of. Stanton Optical.
Doug.
I want to see if they're... Yep, they're a chain. There's all these other cities coming up. It's a chain. Oh, I get it, Buttercup. Okay. I get it. Oh my gosh.
I can't imagine what that would be for, Buttercup. What would it be in reference to?
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, no. No, people would pay me to keep my clothes on now.
Same.
Oh. You know, I don't know. I heard not AI docs only, but I've heard doctors using AI. I like that idea because there's a lot of things that, doctors can't know everything. They don't get taught everything that's out there. They have to think outside the box on their own. And I know this from my own journey and all the stuff I've dealt with, and doctors that don't know what they're doing. If they had the AI to go to search, I think that wouldn't bother me. But AI only, nah, I'm not so into that. I think you still need the human component because sometimes they think outside the box and they're like, well, maybe it's, they might try something that an AI wouldn't. So I think working together with an AI might be, because I heard an article about that, about doctors using AI. And I think that's a good idea. Any tool they can use to get more information is worth using. Couldn't hurt, I hope. But yeah, the AI, I don't know, I guess growing up on Terminator, it wigs me out.
Yeah, but there was still a human being controlling it, though, right, Tom?
Yes. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I think they did for mine too. They just didn't call it that. It's when they go in laparoscopically and there's a camera in there. Both of my surgeries were laparoscopic. So I don't know why they said to him they were using a robot. I don't know what the difference is between what I had and what he had. But it went well. His surgery went really well. You always worry.
I only know what I've seen on Grey's Anatomy, so.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, because I got pictures. The doctor gave me pictures of his insides. Color pictures. Never had that before. They showed me the hernia area. There was 4 pictures where they cleaned stuff out, and then they showed the mesh that they put in, and and I was like, wow, that was trippy. I had no idea what it actually looked like. What you picture and what it actually was very different. Very different. And I guess he knew about the mesh, but I didn't. He hadn't told me. So, but he seems to be doing okay. I was waiting
Buttercup,
for him to answer.
are you talking about buckets again?
I think we're done with buckets. No, I did go. So to kind of on that note, but not as gross. So I went to 2 camps, one after 8th grade and one after 9th grade canoe trip camp. The first one was 3 days on the river. Okay, the whole 3 days. The next one was 5 days and 4 nights. And what it was is we took what we needed for the day, and then we would stop somewhere and a van would come meet us and bring us our food for the next day. And I think the tents were in the van. And there wasn't, huh?
That's pretty high class. We did not have that luxury.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was nice. Because if we'd had to carry 5 days worth of stuff, first of all, it would have ended up at the bottom of the river. Because almost all of us ended up upside down at least once. And I ended up, this was the second one, the longest one. 3 feet from shore, we turned over the very first day. And it wasn't my fault. So I was the only girl on the trip. And so there was one female counselor for me. And so we were in the canoe together, and she did not know what she was doing. I did.
Oh, Lord.
And there was a stump about this big, not big, sticking out of the water. And you had to get your canoe past that out into the river. Everybody else made it. And she steered us right into that stump. And I had gotten there late, so my suitcase was in the canoe instead of on the van.
Oh, no.
And it went under. So I had no dry clothes for 2 days because I had to go the whole day wet-ish. Then the van took my clothes and dried them and brought them back the end of the next day. And so all I had was my bathing suit. And it was in Ohio in the summer at night and in the morning, it can get cold.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody let me borrow a sweatshirt, thank God. And then same trip. So there were places where we had no bathroom. It was just toilet paper and go find a tree or a bush. And there was one place where there was a porta potty that was so bad we didn't want to use it. We're like, nah, well, I'll take the bush, thank you.
We had the old wooden outhouses where I went camping.
Yeah,
we did that. We had the trees and bushes, yeah.
But so then there was one, it looked like it had been, I don't know why, but there was a chimney. And that was it. Like there was an old house there at one time. I don't know why there was just a chimney. just there.
Mhm.
Well, my shoes were wet, and I had just finally gotten name brand tennis shoes. They were Nike. They were the plastic nylon ones in the early 80s. We sat them on the top of the chimney to dry. Well, we didn't realize how hot that got. I get my shoes down, and they both had melted holes in the sides.
Oh.
I was like, well, at least I don't. I mean, they're getting wet anyway, so no big deal. My mom was livid. It was my first pair of Nike shoes, not generic. I was so upset.
Yeah.
I got dunked, but I found out because we tried canoeing here on the lake, and it was impossible because of the wind. And I'm like, when you're on a river, you have, what's the word I want? Stream going a certain direction. I know there's a word for that. I can't think of it. So you're going at a pretty good clip. We tried it as a family in the lake, and we were going in circles because the wind wants you to go one direction. And I was like so frustrated. We were like, we're done. We're not doing this again unless it's a river.
I only canoed on lakes.
Oh, really? See,
Yep.
up until then, we had done our 5 days on a river. So that's why every place we stopped was different. It was down the river. And what was cool is I grew up doing that. My dad, as a kid, in the summer, he worked for the canoe livery on the river, actually near where Tom grew up. And so I was out there helping and stuff when I was little or young. So, and we would go on canoe trips on our weekends. So I canoed my whole life. Not a lot, just, a couple times a summer. But that's why I liked it so much.
I was a counselor in training, but I went to that camp for years leading up to that. So I had I had passed every year for different levels of canoeing.
Oh.
So, yeah. So, and like I said, we only canoed on lakes. We would go to Algonquin Park, which is a big provincial park here in Ontario. And we had to, what we call portage. So we had to carry the canoe over our heads and wear our packs and everything from one lake to another.
Now we had to do that up river or around things in the river before, but not from one lake to another. That doesn't sound very close.
Well, because there are a whole bunch of lakes in Algonquin Park, so
okay.
It wasn't, I wouldn't say that it was a long walk, but it feels really long when you're carrying a wooden canoe and paddles and your packs and your sleeping bag.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we learned after that first day, we started putting everything in grocery bag or trash bags and tying them to the the bar in the boat so that they wouldn't disappear.
The bars,
over. Because it happened again a couple times, but because of me, they got smart and started putting them in the plastic bags, so our stuff didn't get ruined.
Yeah.
But see, okay, this is why it wasn't only that I was late. They messed me up. The first camp, I guess because it was 3 days. See, I'd gone to this camp. It was a Christian camp that I went to through church. And the first year I went, it was regular camp. We stayed in the cabins. They had a mess hall, that kind of thing. Well, then the one that was 3 days, we stayed in the cabins the first and the last day between those 3 days or on each end. So I thought this was going to be similar. We were going to be staying in the cabin. No, we went straight to the canoe. So that was another reason, but I didn't have a chance. Like I said, I thought my stuff was going in a cabin, which didn't happen. And then they didn't have a chance to put my stuff on the van. I had to go right out. Wet clothes on a camp out. It was not fun. And like I said, in Ohio, even in June, July, at night it gets chilly when the sun goes down. That's what I miss here all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So, hey, Papa Smurf.
Hi, Papa Smurf. Long time no see, Papa.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen him anywhere for a while. I've been MIA.
Well, last time I heard, Papa was feeling unwell again and was being encouraged to get tested or get his place tested, I think, for mold.
Oh, that could be bad. That can be bad. You don't want to play around with that. Well, I hope you get that done because that stuff's not funny. It can really cause problems.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good. Yeah. That stuff. I've heard some really bad stories about that. But and the camper issue. So we knew that there was a hole in the roof and they totaled it from that. Well, when we were trying to clean it out, we couldn't open one of we have 2 slides and one wouldn't open. We think it was twisted so much with the tree on it. We were trying to push it out and it would go a few inches and just, you'd hear the motor wanting to work, but it wasn't going anywhere. And I'm like, oh, this is way worse than we thought. Because if a slide is all screwed up, then it's really bad. So we're glad that they totaled it and didn't try to fix it. So there was only a couple of cupboard. There was a cupboard under the sink I couldn't get into. I don't think I had anything majorly important in there, but we've got to pack everything up better that was in there till we get another camper. But Tom got it to open about this far by pushing on it really hard with his feet. He sat down and was pushing on it. But it just made the mold issue made me think because water had gotten into it through the hole, even though he covered it with a tarp. It was all messed up. Yeah.
Oh, Papa, you got a lot to deal with. I'm sorry.
Let me see something. There we go. Let's see. Oh, I did. Hold on. Oh, hold on. I took a video of it before it left. I'm looking at it.
Oh, of the camper?
Yeah. Oh, you really can't see the hole because the slide's not open all the way. I was just looking at it. Yeah, if it showed the hole better, I would have showed it to you.
Papa, she hasn't been live very much.
Yeah, I haven't been. No, I've been working on the weekends, and they gave me extra days, so I had to cancel I didn't do my readings. I canceled some live streams. It's been a while. So, no, it's me. That's why I was like, people need to catch me up on the goings on. I haven't been on top of things. So, yeah, I'm probably going to get off here soon. I'm starting to get a little tired. Daisy's in there whining like she's missing something important.
Well, yeah, she's got FOMO, and she's not near her person.
Tom's her person, but she just doesn't want the little dogs to get more than her.
But you're part of the pack.
I know. She will step on those dogs to get there first. She's the only big dog I've ever had that isn't careful around the small. We really have to watch her. I'm worried she's gonna hurt. She did hurt Petunia one time. Petunia had a crick in her neck for a few days because we think Daisy stepped on her. A YouTube dad. Oh, that sounds fun. That sounds fun. Yep, she's in there barking now. I don't know if you can hear. It's pretty far.
No.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. We've been on here over 2 hours now.
Yeah.
And you're tired too, and
I am.
Paul refuses.
How the sign is in Boston.
Oh. Yeah, that's another thing that's been. I was gonna try to.
Oh, I heard a whine just now.
Yeah. I was going to try to protest this week, but stuff kept coming up. I was going to do it today. I had forgotten about my grandson's birthday until I got reminded. I'm glad I didn't go to Austin this morning. But
be in trouble.
Yeah. Tom was like, no, we have something to do today. I'm like, oh, yeah. So we had fun though. We went to Chuck E. Cheese, and the Chuck E. Cheese I remember had the animatronics, and they don't have that anymore. It's a screen and it's cartoons and stuff. And then this Chuck E. Cheese guy with a Chuck E. Cheese head comes out with the birthday party and has us dance and sing happy birthday. It was fun. He had a lot of fun.
I've never been to a Chuck E. Cheese in my life.
You're not missing anything. It's for the kids.
I don't know if we have them here.
You may not. You may not.
Yeah.
Yep, we do. Before the month is over. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I'll send you my phone number when I get off here, so we can figure out when we're gonna do it.
Yeah, today's already the 19th.
No.
Well, it is for me.
We'll have to get it scheduled before the end of the month. So I want to have enough notice that people know it's going to be there. So, all right, then I'll email you when I get off here and send you my phone number, and we'll figure it out. All right, guys. Well, thanks for popping in. I'm glad you came on, Scooter Mom. I miss you.
Missed you too.
So hopefully this next week, they haven't said I'm working any days, but that doesn't mean anything. I get asked last minute sometimes. So what I was about to say is I finally got my new sign. I only got to use it once. So I've been anxious to get out there with it again. So hopefully next week I'll be back to my protesting. We'll be back to a normal-ish schedule. So Uh-oh. Did you get timed out?
You got timed out when Jen was in Vegas last month because her youngest was with her, and he told youngest to sing that song And she immediately did, on repeat.
Oh no.
So he got timed out
Papa Smurf.
for doing that for
Shame,
5 minutes.
shame
It
on
could
you for
have been
that.
way longer.
Oh no. Shame on you. Shame on you. All right. Well, hopefully I will see you guys next week a little bit more. I'm not doing the reading on Sunday. I'm not going to be doing that on Sunday anymore. It's too hard. I
Yeah.
literally only get 6 hours, 5, 6 hours sleep on that day. I thought I could do it, but I realized I can't. So I'll just have to pick a week, maybe Monday, because I know I can't go. No, because I get home from work at 7:30 on Monday. I'll figure it out. When I figure it out, I'll put it out there. And if you can't be there, you can watch it on the replay if you really want to. All right, y'all. Have a good weekend. Oh, when's Easter? Is it soon?
It's this weekend. Yep.
Oh, happy Easter, everybody. I don't have
Yep.
grandkids here anymore, except because I know the problem is my son's in Dallas and his ex doesn't deal with me, or I would go get him for things.
Yeah.
So I don't get to really see him unless my son is picking him up. So I don't have the things you do with the kids on my brain. So
Yeah.
I might try to send them all something through the mail. Or what I do is I'll order it from Amazon and have it delivered to them so they get it quickly. So I might send them a chocolate bunny or something like that. They're both in middle school, so they don't want stuffed animals anymore.
Cool.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Next week.